Welcome to APSRGC Java technical discussion. I am Rajendra here. So far we are discussing loops. Yesterday we have discussed up to for loop statements. Today we are going to next type, that is while loop. Before going to the while loop, and we will see once again the previous concepts, that is loops. What is a loops? What are the syntax of for loop? And next we compare with the for loop and if statements. Later we go for the while loop. So just you just see the slide, then you will understand. There are four types of loops are there. One is for loop, second one is while loop, third one is do while loop, fourth one is for each loop. I am not going to discuss the for each loop right now in this session, because these for each loop will be discussed in the collections concept. So only three types of loops we are going to discuss in these sessions. First, for, while, do, while, these are all are the keywords. Keywords means we have to, it should be in a lowercase letter. These keywords should not be used for some other concept. So for loop means it is used to execute the statements repeatedly for a fixed number of times. As long as condition is true, control comes out of the loop. The moment condition is false, control comes out of the loop. And for is a keyword. This is a syntax of the for loop. First, this heading is here. You can see here. This is nothing but a control statement. Control statement. This is heading is control statement. This is the body of the for loop. This is the body of the for loop. If the condition is true, only body of the statements will be executed. The condition gets false, this body of the loops, these statements 1, 2, 3 is not, will not be executed. Whether it is true or false, but statement n is executed, because it not belongs to for loop. If it is a single statement, these braces are optional. These braces are optional. If you don't write also, no problem. It is now if you are not writing the braces here, means system thinks that, JVM thinks that only one statement is a part of the for loop. This is a flow chart. This is a Java. Next we you can see this one for two semicolons. I am writing system.out.println hello. What is the output of this one? It is an infinite loop. It is a infinite loop, because there is no condition here, there is no updation here. But syntactically it is correct. Syntactically it is correct, because two semicolons are there. Two semicolons are there. So syntactically it is correct, but it leads to infinite loop. Hello, hello, hello. So many hellos will get. We need to terminate the Java application. Then only it is going to be stopped. When no condition is specified in for loop, default condition is true. When no condition is specified in the for loop, default condition is true. Means for whatever the body is there, that body is going to be executed. Now we will see the difference between the if and for loop. What is the difference between if and for loop? Both it contains, in if condition, in if statement it contains one expression, that expression is also called as condition. In for loop it contains three parts. One is initialization and condition or expression. Next one is updation. Next, this is the body of the if condition. These are the body of the for loop. Okay. The condition is true, these statements are executed only once. If the condition is true, statements are executed again, control go back. Repeatedly executed in the for loop, it executes only once. There is a major difference between the if and the for loop and other loops. Next we go for the while loop. Today our concept is while loop. So, while loop, first we write the initialization, next while, in the while we write the condition, statement 1, statement 2, and next we write the updation. After this is the body of the while loop, this is the body of the while loop, we write the condition here. So, for loop and while loop both are same, functionality is same, but the only slight difference is that for loop, when we know how many times it has to be executed, go for the while loop. When we do not know how many times it has to be executed, go for the while loop. This is the syntax of the while loop. This is the syntax of the while loop. Statement in while loop are repeatedly executed as long as condition is true. Statements in while loop are repeatedly executed as long as condition is true. Control comes out of loop the moment condition is false. While loop is also called as pre-tested loop. Pre-tested means condition is checked, then only statements are executed. Even for loop also called pre-tested loop. Next, while loop never executes in case condition is false. While loop and for loop never execute if the condition is false. So, we write the prime number, same program yesterday by using the while loop. Okay, I will write the same program. Prime number program. Prime number using while loop. First import java.util.scanner. You can write star also, no problem, util.scanner. Import java.lang.star. The scanner is for scanner class. This is for system and string class objects. This is default package. If you do not write also, no problem, and it is optional. Next, so every Java program we need to write the class. This is a class heading. You can write, you can give any valid identifier. Beginning of the class, end of the class, class prime. Next, we have to write the main method, public static void main, string args. This is beginning of the main, end of the main. Next, here we have to write the scanner class, scanner sc. Instead of sc, you can write any name. Sc equal to new scanner system.in. Scanner class object is created. This is scanner class object is created. Is created. Next, what we have to do, we need to read the value from the keyboard to be checked the prime number. System.out.println. Enter any number. Next, int n equal to sc dot next int. Sc dot next int. Next, we read the value and stored into n. Next, what we have to do, we have to initialize the initialization. I am writing the while loop. while loop. In while loop, first syntax, as per the syntax we have to write here initialization. Initialization, what you want to initialize in it, int I equal to 1. Next, while you have to write the condition here, I is less than equal to n. I is less than or equal to n. This is beginning of the while, this is end of the while. So, this is the body of the while only we are writing. So, we as per the while loop, first we are writing initialization already written, while condition. Now, we are going to write the statements. We are going to write the statements. The condition is true, then you have to write here count plus plus. Count plus plus is nothing but a count equal to count plus 1. Count equal to count plus 1. So, you can write like this also. If you write count plus plus also, no problem. Oh, but it has to be declared before going to count equal to 0. Initially it is 0. Okay. Next, here I plus plus. Updation. Updation. This is while condition. Condition. This is updation. What we have to write? I plus plus. So, next. So, prime number we have already seen yesterday that every prime number will be divisible by only 2 times. So, if count double equal to 2, then only we can say that it is a prime number. System dot out dot println, it is prime number. Else, braces are optional. If there is only one statement, braces are optional. If you don't write also, no problem. System dot out dot println, it is not a prime number. Okay, finished. End of the main, end of the class. So, first next step is we have written the code. Here while loop, first where this is initialization. So, first go for the what we have to give the file name, whatever the class name you have given in the file, means in the source program, that means whatever the main method which contain the class name, that class name should be the file name. So, save it, first copy this one, copy and go to file, click on save as. So, today's digit. Give the file name prime, dot extension is Java, all files. Click on save button. So, now go to, before going, first we need to copy, go to command prompt, cmd, press enter, go to that path whichever you are maintaining the Java folder, Java program folder. So cd next Java C space prime dot Java. This is the compilation for the Java program. Oh, we have so many errors. Cannot find symbol. Prime dot Java. Count equal to 0. Count. Oh, we have so many errors. First, count equal to 0. So we have to write here int count equal to 0. Int count equal to 0. Okay. Again save it. Go to command prompt. Java C prime. Oh, again we have one more error, that is which one? At line 20 we have one error, COUN. Actually we have to write the count. So one spelling is mistake here. So where it is here, COUNT. Again save it. Go to command prompt. Java C prime dot Java. Yeah, now it is compiled successfully. Compiled successfully. Now we need to execute this program. Java space prime, press enter. Enter any number. Enter 5. It is a prime number. 5 is a prime number. Again execute once again. Run again. Now press 8. It is not a prime number because 8 will be divisible so many times, 1, 2, 4 and 8. So 4 times it is divisible. So it is not prime number. As per the prime number, it will be divisible only, it should be only 2 times. So 8 is not a prime number, 5 is a prime number. So here what we have written here in the while loop, this is a while loop. So what is the difference between the same? There is no very little bit difference is there between the for loop and while loop. First one, in the for loop heading only we write the initialization, condition and updation. But whereas in the while loop, first we write the initialization part, next we write the condition, later only we write the updation. Okay. So this is the while loop. While is a keyword. Next we go for the slide. When the number of repetitions not known before the loop, then we use the while loop. I repeat, when the number of repetitions not known before the loop, then we go for the while loop. This is the main difference between. When we know the number of repetitions before, then use the for loop. When we don't know, use the while loop. This is the main difference. Okay. But every for loop is replaced with while loop and vice versa. I repeat, every while loop is replaced with for loop and vice versa also. Whenever it is only single statement, braces are optional. Braces are optional. So here don't write semicolon after the while loop. This is a compound statement. If the compound statement means more than one statement is called compound statement, then braces are mandatory. For the compound statement, braces are mandatory. This leads to infinite. While of one are true means it is infinite loop. Now we go for the what is the difference between the while loop and while I less than or equal to 10, system.out.println of I plus plus. Okay. While I is less than or equal to 10, semicolon, both are same. Both are same. because here we have written the semicolon, both are same. For loop is used to execute the statements repeatedly a fixed number of times. The while loop is often used if you don't know how many times the loop is to be executed before you start the loop. Statements in while loop are repeatedly executed as long as the condition is true. Just to see this difference between the while loop and for loop. First, before while loop we write the initialization, but initialization we write inside the for loop, okay. Expression or condition we write in the while loop, expression also written inside the for loop, updation also will be written inside the for loop. You can see the diagrammatic representation of the difference between the while and for loop. Here action means statements or logic. The same you can see here the difference between the while and for loop. In the while loop we write the like this, in for loop we write like this, but everything is same. Initialization we write here and updation we write here. So, next we go for the do while loop. Do while loop. In do while loop, first statements are executed, then only condition is checked. Okay. First I write one example program for the do while loop, then only I will explain about the do while loop. Example program on do while loop. Do and while both are keywords. Import java.util.scanner semicolon lang.star java.lang.star class example. This is beginning of the class. This is end of the class. This is end of the class. Next, we have to write the main method. Public static void main string args. This is beginning, this is end of the beginning of the main method, this is end of the main method. Next, int I equal to 1, do simple do while loop program execution. System dot out dot println system dot out dot println while condition we write here I less than or equal to 5. Semicolon is mandatory. Here we have to write the semicolon, means end of the while do while loop. This is means statements are executed 5 times. First time itself, if the condition is true or false, first the statements will be executed, then only condition is checked. This is a do while loop. Now we will compile this program. Before compile, we have to save this one. Example.java, all files, go to command prompt, java c, example.java. This program is compiled successfully. Now next execute or run the program, java example, press enter. Oh, condition is not checked. No, we are checking the better I write. Save. Hyderabad, Vijayawada once. So here because there is no updation is missing here, so we have to write the updation, because where we have to write updation, here we have to write the updation I++ semicolon. Compile this program once again, execute this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 times it is going to be executed. Okay. First, whether the condition is true or false, whether the condition is true or false, the statement at least once it will be executed. This is the do while loop. If the condition is true, these statements are executed 5 times. If the condition is false, okay, at least once it will be executed. First, do while loop means condition we are checking last. This do while loop is also called as post tested loop. This condition is all do while loop is also called as post tested loop. So first the statements are executed, then only condition is checked, then only condition is checked. Okay. For loop and while loop, these two are the pre-tested loop. If the condition is false, never execute the body of the while loop or body of the for loop. But whereas in the do while loop, if the condition is false also, at least once it will be executed, first time. Second time control comes out of the do while loop. This is the example program for the do while loop. So first what we are writing here, do while loop syntax is syntax for the do while loop. Do statements statement 1, statement 2, and updation. Here initialization. while condition. So, this is the syntax for the do while loop. Do statement 1, statement 2, updation, while, condition. Okay. So, first the statements are executed, then only condition is checked. This is the syntax for the do while loop. So, you can see here the diagrammatic representation of the flow chart. First statements will be there, do statements are executed, the condition is true, then again it repeats, the condition is false, control comes out of the do while loop. Means first action is there, action means here logic of the program or any code or statements. Statements are executed, then the condition is checked. The condition is true, again control go back and execute the same steps, same logic. Okay. Again condition is checked. If the condition is false, control comes out of the do while loop. So, do statements while expression semicolon. If there is only single statement, braces are optional. If the only compound statements, then braces are mandatory. The compound statements, braces are mandatory. Statements in do while loop are repeatedly executed as long as condition is true. Statements in do while loop are repeatedly executed as long as condition is true. Control comes out of loop the moment condition is false. The moment condition is false. And do while loop is post tested loop. Do while loop is post tested loop. Condition is tested at the end of the loop. Condition is tested at the end of the loop. Do while loop is executed at least once. Do while loop is executed at least once since condition is tested at the end. Since condition is tested at the end. Semicolon after the condition indicates end of the do while loop. Semicolon means here we are writing the semicolon. This semicolon indicates that end of the do while loop. End of the do while loop. In do while loop we can write pre-increment or post-increment, no effect. There is no effect in do while loop. You can write pre-increment or post-increment. First the condition is checked. This is pre-tested and difference between the pre-tested loops and the post-tested loops. Difference between the pre-tested and post-tested loops. So, first the condition is checked in the pre-tested, then only statements are executed of that loop. But whereas a post-tested loop, first the statements are executed, then only condition is checked. Then only condition is checked. That is the difference between the pre-tested loop and post-tested loops. Condition is checked before entering the loop. Condition is checked before entering the loop in the pre-tested loop. In the post, whereas in the post-tested loop, condition is checked after executing the loop. After executing the loop, here minimum iteration is 1, because at least once we can give the guarantee one statement is executed in the pre-test post-tested loop. But whereas in the pre-tested loop minimum iteration is 0. So, in the loops we can use the break statement also, but break statements are not recommended to use in the do while loop or while loop. So, so we have finished the loops. Now we go for the unconditional statements. So, these unconditional statements, these are the three, we know that there are statements are we have conditional statements and unconditional statements and looping statements. In the control statements we have three types. One is conditional statements, unconditional statements and looping statements. So far we discussed the conditional statements and looping statements. Now we discuss the unconditional statements. These unconditional statements is also called as jumping statements, but go to statements are not used in the Java. Go to statement is not used in Java, only we use break, continue and return statements. Exit also comes, but it is treated as a method. So, first break statement. Break is a statement, break is a keyword, it is a keyword. Okay. Whenever it is used, the moment break is executed, control comes out of that block, Okay. So, if you see this one, I will write one example: switch expression, case 1. Here I am writing state system dot out dot println 1. We have already written this program break. See dot next int. So, let me write the total program. Class example 2 public static void main string args. System dot out dot println enter any number. Two. Now you entered 2. This is 3. So, you see here, if I entered 1, 1 is matched with the case 1, because this case label is matched with this expression. If whenever this case 1 is executed, first statement system.out.println of 1, this is executed, next control comes to the next statement, that is break. Break means control comes out of the switch block, out of the switch block. Okay. If I do not write the break, all the statements next case 1 and case 2 also will be executed. Case 2 also will be executed if I do not write. Okay. If I do not write break, case 2 break also, next case 1, case 2, case 3 is also executed if my input value is 1. If my input value is 2, case 2 and case 3 are executed. Okay. Case 2 and case 3 are executed. So, break is mandatory for switch case. Break is mandatory for switch case. Meaning of the break is, whenever the break statement is executed, control comes out of the block. That is the definition of the break. It is a keyword. The moment break is executed, control comes out of that block. Okay. Next, second one is continue statement. Continue is also very dangerous. Before using continue, we need to check. So, continue means it is totally quite opposite to break. It is control comes out of the block of the statements by using the break statement. It is totally reverse, means it continues the same block. Continue means. Okay. So, if I am instead of using the break, if I am writing here continue, means this case 1 continues the next statement. It continues the next statement. If you are using in the for loop, it continues that loops. So, do not use the continue as until unless situation demands. Next, return. Return is a keyword. Here the continue syntax is same. This is continue syntax. Next, return means control comes out of the method. Break comes, control comes out of the block, whereas the return comes out of the method. Okay, that is the meaning of the return. And return contains, you can write in the return statement any expression also you can write, any value also you can write, that value can be returned. But the moment return statement is executed, control will not be executed in that method. It control comes out of that method. That is the return statement. Next, we go for the exit. Next, exit is not a part of the jump, actually it is comes under the method, one of the predefined method, but exit is also will do the same job of the break and continue. The difference between the break and return means, break means control comes out of the block, whereas the return means control comes out of the method. Exit means control comes out of the application program. That is the meaning of the exit. Exit comes, the moment exit is executed, control comes out of that application, So, you need to remember break, continue, return and exit. So, yeah, these are all are the statements are finished. Okay. Statements are finished. So, now in the next session we go for the arrays concept. Please practice these statements. Statements are very important. Practice statements, and you can practice so many examples by taking. And if you get any doubt also, you can call, you can mail to me. This is my mail address, rajendra.apssdc@gmail.com. This is my mail ID. Thank you all.